because just to be honest, I always feel like everything I do is gonna be boring. I'm trying to get better at just like vlogging for the records. I've just gotten up out of bed. Not really, I've been up for hours, but I was like looking at swimsuits on Amazon. But I finally did some of my morning routine. The cat really wants to play. She's been bothering me, even though I don't really feel like it. She has a vet appointment today at 9:30. And so I'm like, okay, it's probably best for me to get like her energy out and play with her before that. So she's chilling. I high-key want to trim her claws, but like I still get very anxious. Like most cats, like she doesn't really like it and she tries to squirm away. And I have anxiety, so I'm just worried about everything. Also, today I'd like to wash my hair. I'm planning on going out to like a hookah lounge tonight, drinking with my roommate, just having a good time. 420 is coming up, so like I really want to give Mary Jane a chance again, especially now that like I've got my like anxiety disorder under control. I think I could have maybe better highs, and maybe that could like just be something nice to do every now and then for myself. Like, see, she won't let me kiss her. That's how anxious she is. That's how anxious a cat she is. Some updates in my life. I've redecorated my room. Really, I just got a couple of new things and they're making such a huge difference. So like for one, I got a TV that actually works. The TV that I got off the side of the street 2 vlogs ago did not actually work. Like we plugged that bitch up and it was so laggy. Got this off OfferUp. Literally, it was such a quick exchange. And I plugged my Roku stick into it in the back. And so it literally is just like having a Roku TV. And I paid like 40 bucks for it and had a whole adventure like going to the person's like apartment to get it. Having a TV is very grounding. I haven't had one in my room for like so many years. And like that's okay, but like I'm of the generation that grew up with TVs. Like that shit is comforting. I can't. And then another thing I got is this poster. I was at Five and Below, came across a lot of good finds, found this poster, and then my roommate gave me the idea to like hang it up in a frame. So I went to Walmart, bought a black frame, sanded it, and then painted over it brown with like acrylic paint multiple times. So like it is not a perfect fit coating, but like I don't mind. It's like a Japanese style picture of a cat sitting by a window, and I have it right underneath the cat bed, so that's aesthetic. I have even less fake leaves on my wall because my cat has continued to pull them down, and I'm kind of too short to like reach up there and like put them up, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. Final thing I got that was new is I got this chair for my room. I got it for 40 bucks from Costco. And like it's literally like one of those chairs that I swear like every teenage girl when she was 14 who was like middle class or upper middle class had in her room. It's helped my mood so much. Like every time I get in the bed, I'll end up falling asleep. Something about it when I sat in it for the first time, like watched my TV and just looked at my room, I felt super grounded. Another update on my emotions is my anxiety has been doing pretty well. I'm feeling less dissociated these days and it's really nice. I just actually caught up with an old friend from middle school / high school through Facebook the other day, and it really like helped ground me down into like the present and like think of the past so differently and think of the pain I went through in the past completely differently. Every few weeks I'm like a new flower peeling back petals, like dropping off old and like blooming new. Yesterday I came to like the epiphany that like I live my life in a state of feeling responsible for other people's emotions and like I must save them, or else that I'm a horrible person and that they're gonna die or they're gonna hate being alive so much because no one was there to help them. And I had that weight on myself because of my family member I grew up with who made me feel responsible for them in that way. I had to play God and be like a savior. No, I can just be a human being. It's made me feel more relaxed in my romantic relationship. It makes me feel more relaxed in my friendships. Oh yeah, and then another update, I'm just giving updates with work. I'm an operations management trainee and I've been training for the past 6 months. The first 6 months was basically me training everywhere from like the warehouse, the counter, sales, whatever. In the past like 2 months, I spent training with one type of ops group, and now I've just started with a different type of operations group. And this one is like more in depth, and I think it's really just more suited to me. So far what I'm learning is super easy, none of it's hard. Like throughout this whole training process, people keep saying things are gonna be hard for me, and I'm just about to let that go because I just don't think it'll ever be hard for me. Like I'm a fast learner, I love learning, and my brain is really suited for this work, and I've been thirsty and hungry for like this type of thinking, you know? Supposedly this stage is supposed to last for 7 to 8 months. I don't think it's gonna last that long. I think it'll be like 5 months, honestly, max, and then they'll put me in my actual role. I feel very lucky to be in this position, actually. It's a really good stepping stone. Oh, my stomach. Okay, actually, this is not even like a vlog. This is just an update video. I'm doing very good at like cutting down on sugary sweets for no reason, especially ones that are gonna be processed in a way that I know will irritate my stomach. And I feel so much better for it, knowing I didn't just like eat a cookie just because it was there. Oh yeah, I've lost weight. I'm still very skinny and in that category of like privilege and stuff. I just started feeling a bit uncomfortable with the amount of body fat in my body. A few weeks ago, I realized that I was overeating without realizing it was such a huge source of my generalized anxiety. So I've started eating less, and sometimes it looks like ridiculously small amount, but it helps my stomach feel calm. When my stomach is calm, my mind and body is calm, and there's so much less anxiety. So really, I kind of stopped eating so much for my mental health, and it just happened to make me also lose some weight. And it makes sense. I was always like, I never had a huge appetite as a kid. I've always had a small stomach. And I think these past few years was just me trying so hard to not be like that anymore because I felt shame around it. Especially with me having IBS, you know, it's like my stomach can get easily irritated. So I might want to eat a full portion, but a couple bites sometimes is just enough for the time being so I can still keep my, you know, sanity. So yeah, it's crazy how food can be like an irritant to my body, but I still do need it. But yeah, it's got me feeling a lot more self-confident, not being as like bloated and anxious all the time. Another update is my hair. I know my hair probably doesn't look like much, but it's in such better condition than I've ever had it, like in terms of the moisture. You know, I always would try to be so skimpy with my products and think I can get by with just one product for moisture. But no, having my leave-in conditioner, my daily moisturizer, and my curl revitalizer, they all serve different functions in my hair and make it so much more manageable. You know, I still have all the short areas because of breakage, but this is so nice. I'm just like heading in the right direction. Oh, I finally stopped seeing my therapist. It was about time. Because, you know, ever since I moved to Georgia, like I technically shouldn't have been seeing my Florida therapist anymore. But because of the stuff we were working through and because she's like a good therapist, she was like, I'm not going to cut you off. But we did have our last appointment when she finally was like, you know, we're at a good place for you to find a new provider. It made me feel sad, but I also kind of felt free, like I'm healed enough now. And it was kind of a reminder that I can live my life and trust my brain and trust my choices. I have a lot of coping mechanisms. I have so many tools now. And sometimes the therapy can become a crutch after some time because you get scared to leave it. I'm realizing that like trauma is not something that you completely eliminate from your existence. That was my goal. Like, oh, I have to stay in therapy so long that I never feel bad about anything that happened to me again. It's not that. It's about I have so many tools and coping mechanisms now that make me be able to get over the pain by processing through it, you know?